Hi everybody, welcome back. So good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a great week. I have got a what's for dinner video for you today. I'm going to show you the yummy things that we've been eating around here lately. As always, quick to the table, nothing real complicated, but full of yummy flavor. If you are interested in those type of things, you've come to the right place. All right, I hope you get some great ideas from this, guys. Let's get right on into it. Hello everyone, and welcome to family night. We're gonna start off the video with family night, and we had breakfast for dinner. Take a look at all of this yummy food. If I have to say so myself, it was over the top. What family night is, James and I are empty nesters. Our children are grown. We have 3 sons. Family night is when everyone comes, the sons, the wives, the grandkids, and we eat together. And so I thought breakfast for dinner would be great, and it was. So I'm going to start off here with some bacon. Going to get it on my cookie sheets here and get this in the oven. And I pulled out this bag of New Hope Mills buttermilk pancake mix, and on the back it has a recipe for all kinds of things, but I'm going to follow the waffle recipe. Now, this was earlier in the day because when I am making a big meal, I have to use my time wisely. I can't wait to the supper time to cook for this many people. So I am getting started early on getting my waffles made. Okay, I've got my little waffle maker ready. I've had this thing since my boys were little, and my boys are late 20s. 2 of them about to turn 30. So I've had this a long time and it's still hot. I haven't used it in years, but enough about that. Let's get going. I'll spray this. I have one son who especially loves waffles. That is Garrett. He loves them. All right, let's get this thing going. I forgot to say that I added in, or I forgot to show, rather, adding in the butter to the waffle mix. It's just always a guess, like how much is too much, what's just right. Okay, fingers crossed, here we go. Hey you guys, let's look. Oh my goodness. Let me move you over here. Is that about the prettiest waffle you've ever seen? I mean, come on. Look how close it came to being perfectly filled. Okay, yay! 1 waffle down, lots more to go. While I was working on the waffles, I am going to brown up 2 pounds of breakfast sausage. I'm just gonna brown that up in my skillet here, remove any excess grease that comes off of that, and I am gonna make a really, really yummy breakfast tater tot casserole, tater tot breakfast casserole. It was so good. Rave reviews from my family. I'm getting started on the eggs here. I'm going to get these in my measuring cup, get them all beat up, and make sure you look down below in the description box for the recipe. Okay, we are going to season up these eggs. All right, it calls for a teaspoon of salt, ½ teaspoon of black pepper, then a 1/4 teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. That's a little over, but that's okay. And that's what you need for your eggs, along with 2 cups of milk. So I'm gonna get the eggs mixed. I needed to put this in something bigger, huh? So let's get these mixed up and we'll pour in the milk. Okay, let's just transfer. We'll put all of the eggs and the seasonings in there. All right, 2 cups of milk. Okay, so in my typical shortcut fashion, I don't want to get out another bowl to mix this all together. Now, the recipe says to mix the sausage, tater tots, and cheese all together. I kind of think I'm going to put my tater tots on the top, like some tater tot casseroles are. So here's my cheese. It calls for 1.5 cups of cheddar and 1/2 cup of mozzarella. So I think I'm just going to do a little mix right here on this. Get this in my pan. And then top with the tater tots. The egg and tater tot mixture. Okay, that looks good. Let me get my pan. Right, it's already sprayed, so let's just go in with this 2 pounds of sausage. Okay, 2 pounds of sausage and the cheese. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be good. I can't remember. I feel like I made this one, but I can't really remember, so maybe I didn't. I have so many things pinned on my Pinterest. Sometimes I don't remember if I made it or not. I think I'm just gonna go in with the egg now and then put the tater tots on the top. I just think that's how I wanna do it. So this is the egg and all the seasonings. And then you top it, or at least I am, with these tater tots. Fun fact about me, I did not like tater tots when I was a kid. I don't think my mom really ever made them that I can remember. At least not often, but when we had them at school, I always gave mine to someone else. I have no idea why, I just didn't like tater tots, so I thought. I don't know, but now as an adult, and I would even say, even within just the last probably 10 years, I have discovered that I really love tater tots. I don't know, kind of strange. So I guess all that to say, you never know what things might change with your taste, so always be willing, I think, to try new things. And I wasn't a picky eater either. I don't know. I also did not like school pizza, which everyone loved school pizza, but not me. I just thought the crust was too soft or something, I don't know. Oh. But I am not a picky eater. Neither is anyone in my family. We did not raise our sons to be picky eaters. They are some of the most adventurous eaters and have been always, because I just didn't want them to have, you know, food aversions if they didn't have to. Just be willing to try things, and they certainly always have been great about that. Okay, that'll work. Got them in here. Actually, I can just kind of smush them, huh? Perfect. All right, look how good that looks. And I am out of parsley. Let me see what I can come up with. I know I'm out of parsley and I'm out of onion salt. Let me see what I can find to put on the top here. Okay, I have a little bit of this Trader Joe's Green Goddess. Actually, I have about 2/3 a jar, so I still have plenty of that. There we go. I like a little green on top. Perfect. Okay. The recipe on this said you could make it ahead even overnight and bake it the next day, so this would be great for that. All right, you guys, for this really delicious coffee cake that is a must make, trust me, you will be so happy that you did. It is so simple, just a few ingredients. So it starts off with a yellow cake mix and 2 boxes of instant pudding. So you need a vanilla and you need a butterscotch. These 3 things right here are so delicious together to make this coffee cake. Then it's got a delicious topping that is 1 cup of brown sugar with a tablespoon of cinnamon. That goes on top and makes this really yummy, crumbly topping. You just use some water, oil, and some eggs and bake this thing up. And I promise you, you will come back and thank me. You should at least. Make this and you're gonna love it. It's good any time of the year, but so good at fall. All of our ingredients are in here. Our cake mix, our 2 boxes of pudding, a cup of water, a cup of oil, and 4 eggs. I'm gonna put this thing on the stand mixer and let it mix up. Look at this batter. Now you can see why I said it is just so nice for fall. But trust me, once you make this, you will want it on repeat. All right, let's get all this delicious batter, beautiful looking batter into the baking pan. All right, and here's our mixture of cinnamon and brown sugar. Let's get this all over top. Look at this. It smells amazing. Into the oven. We're gonna bake this for 50 minutes on 325. All right, now we are moving on to the sausage. We love this Swaggerty sausage. It's pretty new to us and we really, really like it. So I'm frying up this whole box and I'm also gonna fry up some apples. So I have a bag of apples here. I'm just gonna go in and peel those and slice them up, get out all the seeds and all that stuff in the middle. We're gonna get that all taken out and we're gonna fry up these apples. I'm gonna use my deep cast iron skillet. They are so easy to do. I'm not following a recipe, but James especially loves fried apples, and I figured people would just eat them by themselves or maybe even put them on top of their waffles, and some did, but these are so great to eat with a warm buttery biscuit or just a piece of buttered toast, just by themselves. Fried apples are really great. So as I said, I started with some butter in the bottom. I'm just going to have a lime in my fridge. I'm just going to squeeze over some fresh lime juice. Lemon juice is great, or you don't have to use anything at all, but it just kind of brightens everything up when you use fresh citrus. And then I'm just going to go in here pretty liberally with cinnamon, and I'm just going to use white sugar. I'm going to keep this on a low to medium heat. I want these to get soft and tender all the way through. Maybe get a little bit of a crisp on the outside of them, get a little color on there. I will add in a little bit more butter on the top, and of course just season to taste. Make these how you want them. If you're frying up apples and you've never done it before, I tasted it. It actually tasted just where it needed to be. I just wanted to add a little bit more butter in there, and here's what they look like when they are all cooked up. To make this yummy drink using pineapple orange juice. After I got that poured in there, I went in with a can of this pineapple coconut clear American sparkling water. It is sweetened and delicious, and I put some of those dried pineapples that I picked up from Trader Joe's. Really yummy drink to go along with our breakfast for dinner. And here it is. It's all done. Like I said, it was a big hit. It went over well with everyone. I heated up some real maple syrup, put out the butter, salt, pepper. I could brag on everything, not that because I made it, because it was delicious. And I don't know which I would say the most about, but the casserole was absolutely amazing. Rave reviews about that. And then this coffee cake is to die for. You have to make that. Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to tell you, my son Garrett said, "Mom, this casserole is fire." And a few minutes later, my little grandson Courage, he's 3, he said, "Gigi, your casserole is on fire." He was trying to give a compliment too. It was so sweet. So yes, the casserole was a big hit. Another night we had this super delicious chili cheese Copycat Hamburger Helper. James loves Hamburger Helper. I've told you guys that before, but I don't buy it anymore. I always just make it from scratch. And so that's what I'm doing here. And I actually came up with this kind of on my own. James had mentioned wanting Hamburger Helper, and he had mentioned wanting chili. Well, I feel like I've just made chili, So I was like, how can I marry those two together? And I did, and oh my goodness, it came out so delicious. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, and I'm just gonna put, it doesn't call for black pepper, but we love black pepper, so about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. 1 cup of hot water. And the recipe doesn't call for this, but I have about 1/2 jar of this chili sauce in my refrigerator. I'm gonna add this to it. So yeah, I knew I had the chili sauce. I knew I had all the stuff to make Hamburger Helper. So I'm like, let's just make this a chili cheeseburger Hamburger Helper type thing. I looked up a recipe. I found several. And I even saw where Hamburger Helper makes something like that. I just didn't even know it. Adding in all the seasonings. I will have the recipe down below in the description box, but yeah, once you brown up your ground beef and your onions, you add in your water, your milk, your seasonings. Well, I haven't added in the milk yet, but water, your seasonings, your pasta, your cheese, and then that chili sauce just took it over the top. 1.5 cups of elbow macaroni and 2 cups of milk. I love using freshly grated cheese if I have the time to do it. I try to always keep some block cheese in my refrigerator so I can grate it up when I need to. I don't always do it. I like to have the shortcut of the bagged shredded cheese too, but if you can shred it yourself, man, it makes all the difference. It just melts so great. And I don't know, I even think the flavor is better. So yeah, just adding in the cheese and letting that melt all over the top. This was so, so good. The flavors in this are delicious. I highly recommend trying this one. I like mine with just a little sour cream on top. And this was our easy meal for this night. Hi guys, tonight for dinner we are gonna try these Foster Farms Takeout Crispy Wings. I have heard a lot of good things about these, and James loves hot wings, and he makes a really good hot wing. He usually does them on the smoker, but how much quicker this would be, of course, 15 minutes in the air fryer. So we're gonna give these things a try tonight for a really quick and easy dinner, and we'll tell you how they are. Also, I'm gonna do these pastaroni shells in white cheddar to go along with it. Like I said, very easy dinner tonight. Okay, here's what they look like. They're pretty good size. They're definitely more drums than flats. I like the flats better, but they come with the sauce separately. So there's several, 1, 2, 3, 4 sauce packets. And I think I put about 16 in here. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's maybe about 25 or so hot wings to the bag. Our thoughts on these? We loved them. They were really, really good. I did them in the air fryer, like I said, followed the bag directions. It tells you if you want them crispier, do an extra 5 minutes, which is what we did. I could have probably even done them a little bit longer than that because we like the skin to pretty much dry out and get crispy on the outside, but it was crispy. These were good, and I would buy these again, definitely. This is quite possibly one of the best things I have ever made. I am not even kidding you. This was so good. I was going to say it was the best thing in this whole video, but everything in this video was really, really good. But this, I just surprised myself with this. I saw on Pinterest, not even Pinterest, I saw on Instagram a good long while ago, someone made this wonton soup. Well, I could not find it again. I didn't save it. I had no idea where it was at. So I started looking at recipes to see what I could come up with because I knew I had to have it. And here is what I made. So into my little small kettle here, I sauteed together in some olive oil, some shredded carrot, and some red onion. I had some leftover chicken. You're going to think this is crazy, but that's all I had left. And that was actually from some chicken fajitas that I had made. So I knew the seasonings that were, what would be on this chicken would be just fine for this soup. I'm using this entire bag, 1 pound bag of chicken pot stickers. First off, I decided to fry those up in the skillet. I wanted to get them crispy. I researched so many recipes. I looked at so many different recipes to try and figure out how to make this. So one recipe, well, several said if you want to get them crispy ahead of time, that works well. So into my little kettle, I put 6 cups of water. I am using the seasoning packet from a chicken ramen soup. I went in with some crushed red pepper flakes that you see here. I added in some ginger. That's what I'm adding in right now. And then to my 6 cups of water, I just cut back a little bit, but I added in the dry chicken bouillon to make my chicken broth. Now I cut back a little because I knew the seasoning packet from the ramen would be salty. From my refrigerator, you see here, I had probably a tablespoon or 2 of this sweet and sour sauce. So I said, hey, I'm throwing it in, and I did. And I added a splash of soy sauce. I got this up to a boil, put in my ramen noodles, 1 package, and then I am going to transfer over these dumplings into my broth. And they're already done. I already fried them up, and the ramen doesn't take long. And since I already had cooked chicken, this came together in no time. It was so quick. And now a lot of the recipes didn't even say to have chicken in it. I just had some. I will have linked below several recipes. Like I said, I looked at a lot of different recipes, but I'll have them linked below. And I don't know if I could duplicate this exact same thing again. I don't know. It was perfect though, perfect for what I was wanting. The taste that I was hoping to achieve in the broth especially. So good. So get into your pantry, your refrigerator, see what you can come up with to make this soup, or follow a recipe to the T, like I'll have some down below. And I'm also going to type out how I made this one with the seasonings that I had. I can't even say enough about how delicious this was. We had leftovers for the next day. The dumplings stayed intact, or whatever they're called, pot stickers. They stayed intact. This was so good, and I know it won't be long. I will be making this one again pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. It was amazing. And I just want to say thank you so much. We hit the over 12,000 at this point, but we were shooting for 12,000, and sure enough, we got there. And we're already over, and I have all of you to thank for that. So if you haven't subscribed, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all next week, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.